The United States government could never go bankrupt. America has billions of dollars of debt and water and money and wealth and resources from hundreds of years of direct profit from the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
That's what built your AT&T. That's what built your Wells Fargo. That's what built your Walgreens. That's what built your Bank of America, your JP Morgan Chase, your Geico's. All the businesses in America come from slave money.
Right.
Come from human trafficking.
Right.
That's where they come from.
Westworld.
Right.
This is why we got another one another. So what the brother said something to you ain't like, forgive that brother. So what that brother stuffed on your toe? What you gonna kill him for that?
Not unallowing your brother is behavior, bro.
Man, here's something wrong.
Palestinians that was George Floyd was unallowed. When Sandra Bland was unallowed.
Just to make it known. Steady, ready, better watch your tone. I was 5'7", I was breaking my hand up. 5'7", now I want the chrome. 9/11, I was in my zone. Used to argue, then I lose your dome. Who ain't no running up? Damn, now I'm coming up. They coming to kiss me, you dumb or what? You draw, you done enough. They told me go rush it, just wait my time. Paying attention, I see the sign. Coming right to me like Amazon. No time for distractions, I'm on the grind. Little shorty, your ticket, she know she fine. Got a couple of so never mind. They throwing the shade cause they know I shine.
You better open this Bible. You better come back here and learn what it really says, because guess what? The people you've been learning the Bible from, they've been lying to you.
Them come through, no problem. You don't see them nowhere on the news about them arguing about no damn Afghans taking over no project. You don't see them nowhere homeless. They let them come over, they gave them an 800-something credit score, they put them up in Airbnb, they don't pay no taxes, they got select.
Damn right, man. Hey, what that brother's saying is so very important, so very heavy, man. Do you realize that everybody America goes to war with, America invites them to come be a part of this empire? Do you realize America fought the Vietnamese before mass importing Vietnamese into America? America fought the Koreans before mass importing Koreans into America. America fought all kind of wars and proxy wars with China, which was the Vietnam War, before mass importing the Chinese into America, the Afghans, all of those European and Soviet states. America was involved in war with all of these countries and then invite them straight into America. They didn't have to go and vote. They didn't have to work a field. They didn't have to pick cotton. They didn't have to cut sugar cane. They didn't have to prove that they would be an asset to the economy.
Right.
They didn't have to go to immigration customs enforcement. They didn't need social security numbers. They didn't need credit scores. They didn't need political affiliations. They didn't need a Democratic or Republican candidate. Their kids didn't have to show how they would be an asset. They didn't join America's military and become their SEAL Team 6 and their Delta Force and their soldiers and airmen and sailors. They didn't have to do any of those things for America to welcome them with open arms to be a part of this empire after they directly killed American service members in direct war and conflict.
Right.
Do you know why that is? Because God made every race of people on the planet to be separate. And because every other race of people understands the importance of not being a traitor to their forefathers and giving up their gods and giving up their culture and giving up their language and giving up their identity and taking on the customs of other races of people, even after war, America respects Afghanistan. Even after a war on terror that lasted for decades.
Right.
They call it a post-9/11 war. The war on terror completely destabilized the Middle East. Muammar Gaddafi was a casualty of that war. Saddam Hussein and all of his families was a casualty of that war. Ahmadinejad was forced to step down. King Assad in Syria. They threatened everybody in the world in that war on terror, and you've never seen them on the news. You've never seen Donald Trump saying they come from S-hole countries. But they do say that about Haiti. They do say that about Mexico. They do say that about Puerto Rico.
Right.
The Ukraine has been bombed, unrepairable at this point. Donald Trump just said it in a press conference.
Right.
But they don't say that the Ukraine is an asshole country full of bad hombres. Everybody complains about the migrants bankrupting cities. Here's what you don't know. The United States government could never go bankrupt. America has billions of dollars of debt and water and money and wealth and resources from hundreds of years of direct profit from the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
That's what built your AT&T. That's what built your Wells Fargo. That's what built your Walgreens. That's what built your Bank of America, your JP Morgan Chase, your Geico's. All the businesses in America come from slave money.
Right.
Come from human trafficking.
Right.
That's where they come from. And do you know why America treats every other nation better than they treat blacks and Latinos? It is because blacks and Latinos have betrayed their forefathers. It is because blacks and Latinos have not been taught that you are not a white man. You are not an Arab. You are not an African. You are not an East Indian. You are not mixed. Sperm makes babies, not eggs. You are the seed of your father. And according to the Bible, so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Native Americans from North, South, Central America, and the Caribbean, if your father is one of these on this sign here, then you are God's chosen people.
That's right.
And the reason why your people are on the bottom, why after all the immigrants in America, that the only immigrants that the United States government and senators have a problem with are Haitians, Latinos, Mexicans, Venezuelans, Dominicans, West Indians, Jamaicans. You are the only immigrant that America has a beef with.
Right.
And it is because you have turned your back on your God. It's because you have not taken up the culture of your forefathers. It is because you accepted Christianity, which is the custom of the slave masters from Spain and France and Portugal and Brazil. It is because we accepted the culture of Islam, which are our slave masters, the Arabs, who built the ships to traffic us in the transatlantic slave trade. And it is because you have been taught that if you get a job and you cut the curls out of your hair, black and Latino brothers and sisters, and you straighten your hair and you stay out the sun so that they don't tell that you'll turn brown like the rest of your family, and you mispronounce your last name so that they don't know you are children of the slaves, and you disassociate yourself from your people and your struggle to be a good American, God will not protect you. God is against a traitor. And the Christian church has taught us to be traitors to our people, traitors to our forefathers, traitors to the Aztecs, traitors to the Inca, traitors to the Taino, traitors to the slaves, traitors to the Mayans, traitors to the Seminoles. Joining America has made you a traitor. It has made your sons and daughters traitors. It has put the spirit of the devil that the Bible speaks of on your family and your people. That's why your son is rapping about being proud to be an Italian gangster and a murderer. That's why your daughter is proud to be a whore like Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla on the streets, on the magazine, in a goddamn G-string and a bra, talking about she's a musical recording artist. Why none of the sisters from the previous generations had to get naked to sell their music?
Right.
I'll tell you why. Because you gave up your soul to join America.
That's right.
You gave up your spirit to be an American. You gave up your afro. You gave up your curls. You gave up your morals. You gave up your man. You gave up your families to join America. And God hates it.
Right.
God is against it. It is why we get unallowed at traffic stops. It is why your sons are fighting other black men and Latinos when they get off the school bus. It's because you chose America. You chose Christianity that gave you America, that gave you slavery, that gave you your oppressor's language and his culture, and you refuse to turn back to God and take on the culture of your forefathers. And God is angry. And next year, when Donald Trump takes office, all of that vigor and strength that you felt you had the right to do to go and support Trump or Kamala Harris, God is going to make you pay for it.
Right.
It is a terrible day that is coming, thinking that you are a part of America. God has sent warning after warning for decades, telling blacks and Latinos to separate from this place. But instead of separating, our people chose to join more to America, more to America's customs, more to voting in politics, more to the drug culture, more to the alternative lifestyle culture, more to everything that makes God angry. And God is coming with terrible vengeance. Now is the time to repent, brothers and sisters. Now ain't the time to get high. Do you know black men dying #1 of heart attacks from getting high? Do you know black men #1 with throat cancer and heart disease from getting high? God is fed up with his people ignoring him. God is fed up with our people disrespecting the Most High, choosing to live life outside of his laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
And there is a terrible day coming. And it's not going to go away. And it's going to be much worse than it was when Obama was in office. It's going to be much worse than it was when Bush was in office. It's going to be much worse for these 12 tribes until we turn back to serve the God of our fathers.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're one